Obviously, you know my name by now. But I thought I'd introduce myself because there's people who don't know me. So my name is Ben. Me and my wife, Catherine, are part of the young adults team. We also host a Connect group, and I'm part of the Encounter Youth team as well. So busy, busy, busy. In my day job, I'm a deputy head teacher in a primary school. Yeah. So when Tina phoned and said, we're doing back to school Sunday, we'd like to speak, it would have made sense for me to talk about school, but today's technically still the summer holidays. For one more day, I'm clinging on, so I'm not talking about school this morning, if that's all right. That's for tomorrow. And also, we wanted this to be a focus for everybody, because think back to school Sunday, like has been said a couple of times, if you've not got children, if you're not a teacher, you might sit back and think, today isn't for me, today is for you. Because every day in the house of God is for you, if you are here and you're part of this family. And what I'm going to talk about this morning is fresh starts. How God is always putting fresh starts in front of you. And it's not just when you move to a new year group at school or a new school or moving on. There are lots of different fresh starts, and we need to understand God's plan for us in all of those, and that's what I'm going to be thinking about this morning. And so you might be sat in here, you might be thinking about a new job, a new house, a new relationship, a new church family. You might have walked into this building for the first time today, and this might be the start of God's journey for you in this place. And so as I've been preparing, I've found a Bible reading, if we can stick that on for me, Isla, that really talks for me about the relationship between us and God, God's plan for us, and how what God has planned for us is a covenant between us and God. And what this verse says, it says, trust in the Lord and do good, dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord, trust him, and he will do this. He will make your righteous reward shine like the dawn, your vindication like the noonday sun. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Now, I think there's two things in that Bible passage that are really, really important. It talks about everything that God has got planned for us, all the incredible things he's got in store for us. He's just building up so much for you, for your life, but you are part of that journey. Every single part of that Bible passage is telling us to dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture. First, trust in the Lord and do good. You are part of that covenant with him. He will give you the delights of your heart, but first, take delight in him. So we are part of that journey, and I think that's really, really important. Me and my family, we moved to Kings about 3.5 years ago. We're from Bury, a little town called Ramsbottom, and I've lived there all my life, and we'd been in the same church all my life. And the move here to Kings was really, really difficult. It was definitely right. It was the move from God. We've benefited so much. But stepping away from that old place and moving to a new place was really, really hard. And we thought, we're just moving church. But it started a bit of a ball rolling of a move of our whole life. I know it's only Bury and Bolton. We've not moved far. We're not gone to the other side of the world. But it's a whole move of our life from one place to another. And all of it's been part of God's journey for us as a family. My daughter goes to Canslade. My son will be going to Canslade in next year. He's going into year 6. And we've just this month moved into Bolton. Okay. Now, as a Bury lad, it was hard going. It took a lot. I felt like I had to get my passport stamped. So it was, yeah. But it took us a full year from start to finish to move house. And if ever you've moved house, you know how frustrating that journey is. Keeping the house clean, having people coming round, people coming to visit and seeming like they want to buy a house and then nothing. And we had so many false starts where we felt like, it's going to happen, it's not. It's going to happen, it's not. We'd pick out a house, someone else would buy it. It was a very frustrating process for us. But all the way through, we just kept saying, right, we're going to trust God in this process. We feel like 4 years ago, if you'd said, you're moving to Bolton, I would have said, no chance. God had got that plan for us, and we had to follow through with that situation because we knew what he had in store for us. But it didn't stop it being frustrating. And we got down to the point where we said, right, we've got one more viewing. We're going to get the house clean for this one viewing. If it doesn't work, that's it. We're going to take it off the market, and we're just going to give up. And that was the people who bought our house. And we just had to trust in that moment that God had that plan for us and just really leave it with him. So throughout that whole process, I've really felt God speaking to me about a few different things that I'm going to share with you this morning. And it doesn't just fit with new houses. It fits with any new start. If you're starting a new school year or moving to a new school or college or university or a new job or all those things we've talked about, all of this matters for you. And if you're sat there, and I know Noah's going to be talking about this, I'm going to steal the thunder. If you're sat there thinking, nothing's new for me, God's got a plan for you and something will change. So get ready. So the first thing that I felt this move really taught me was about patience. We had to be patient in that moment. We could have spent a month with the house on the market and then just given up. If we'd have given into our frustrations, we wouldn't have got the house that we've got now, which is perfect for us and God's plan for us right now in this moment. So we've had to be patient through that situation. And the first part of that is, and we were talking about this in the coffee house earlier actually, is that God's got a timeline. And it's different to your timeline and it's different to my timeline. We are in a society of instant gratification, instant change. You click a button on your computer and something arrives at your house the next day. You click a button on your phone and you're watching the next thing, you download it. We are just used to this being instant all the time, and that isn't the way life works. Sometimes when you're leaving something in God's hands, you've just got to leave it in his hands and be patient and wait for his timeline. And that can be really frustrating, but you've just got to trust. And something that I heard a while ago that really helped me with this, someone said that we've got a God that is everywhere. He's in everything, but he's also every when. That our God can see the start of everything when he created the world. He can also see the end. He can see me right now in my life. He can see where I've come from, and he knows where I'm going to. See, he's every when in your life, and we've got to trust that what he's got in store for us that's coming around the corner, it isn't what I have got planned, it's what he has got planned. And that's really, really important, so we've got to be patient in that. And when we do get there, we've been in our house for a month. When you do get to that new thing, you think, right, it's the next thing. I'm finally in my zone where I need to be. It's not going to be perfect from the start. We've moved in. We have boxes everywhere. It's been chaos. It's taken us a while for it to feel like home. You're not going to land and suddenly feel like, yeah, everything's perfect. When you start your new school or your new class with your new teacher or your new job, whatever it is, it's going to take time for it to feel comfortable and feel right. So just lean into God and trust in that new thing. The second thing that moving house has taught me, and this was really, really difficult and it was really unexpected, is that every new beginning is also a new ending. And we had so focused on this new house. We had the Right Move app, and we were looking at the photos and going on visits and planning the decorating and what paint we're going to choose, which room's going to be which, what we're going to do when we get there. And it wasn't until the very first night, me and Catherine were surrounded by moving boxes, that we actually thought, we've left our old house behind. And we'd been there for 8 years since the kids were little. We'd gone through new schools, we'd gone through COVID, we'd gone through grief, we'd gone through joy, birthdays, Christmases in the house. And it wasn't until we sat there and we realized it was almost like a bereavement that we'd left behind the old house that had meant so much to us, and we were suddenly in this new strange place with other people's curtains up. And it really hit us hard, and it was so unexpected that sometimes when you start a new thing, when you move into your new phase of your life, you'll look back and think, gosh, I miss some of that old life. I miss the things that were behind. But again, it's all about trusting in God. You've got to look back and think, that time was for then. Those people were for then. That house was for then, but this house is for now. And this school is for now. So you trust in God that what you've left behind is the right things to leave behind. That we've got a God that opens doors, but he closes them as well. That the things that are gone are gone. And that doesn't mean don't think back fondly on them and have good memories and things, but also don't cling on to that old thing and miss what the new thing is. We could be sat thinking, oh, our old house was like this, it had a bigger one of these. We could be missing what our new house has got for us right now and the plan that God has got for us in that new place and in that new season. And that's really, really important. One of the things that I think that we forget is that sometimes the enemy is in the comfort zone. We could have sat in our house until we're retired. When we bought it, we said, this house will do until we're retired. It's got downstairs rooms and a downstairs bathroom and all of that. That was the plan. God had a different plan for us. He said, you're there for 8 years and then you're moving again, even though we said we'd never move again last time. He's got a plan for us, and sometimes we could have sat in that house and been comfortable in that place and stuck in that place and in one space and not gone through the difficulty of the move because we were comfortable where we were. but that wasn't what God had planned for us. So sometimes you're being held back into that thing, either in your mind or physically in one place. You might be stuck in a relationship or in a job, and you're thinking, that job is just really depressing me. It's really, I don't like it. Then maybe God's saying it's time to move. As difficult as that might be, and that whole process might be really hard, maybe it's time to take that next step, okay? And the final thing for us, and again, this kind of crept up on us, was the people. So we lived in that house for 8 years. It was an estate where most of the people on the estate were older, retired people. And we'd made some really good friendships with some of the people that lived around us, and we'd kept an eye on them through COVID and things. And we had a neighbour across the road, Enid, who we went over to see. I'm getting upset now. We went over to see her on the day we were moving to say goodbye. And she said she'd watched our kids grow up. And even though we'd only, spoken on the street and gone to see her and gone round at Christmas and things like that, we'd had a good relationship and we'd looked out for each other, that we're having to leave that good thing behind. I made sure that the new people that bought a house went round and said hello to her, and they've got a little child, so we've got all that. We've left her. We feel confident that she's okay. We're also leaving behind our Connect group. So we had hosted a Connect group in our house that's been incredible over the last couple of years. But because we're moving, that's all going to change. The people will change. And again, it's thinking, right, those people were for then. Those people were in that moment for us at that time, for good or for bad. But God has got new people that are coming into our lives. We've got new neighbours, new relationships to start. We're setting up a new Connect group. So if you're in the Bradshaw area and you need a Connect group, come and speak to me after. We've got new opportunities, but with those new opportunities comes new challenges. And I think, especially speaking to the children that go into a new school, you can be anonymous, especially those year sixes that are up on the stage. You can go into the high school and be completely anonymous. You can start afresh. And that can be a good thing, but it also can be a bad thing. Your friends at primary school might have known you went to church. They might have known you were a Christian. They might have known the walks. You spoke to them about it. At high school, when you move, it's so easy to just blend in with everybody else, to be like the rest of the world. But the challenge is to walk into that place and still be you and your identity in God. When we move into our new house, we're not going to put a crucifix in the garden. But we need to know that in all our relationships and everything we discuss with the people, and they need to know that God is our life. And this church is part of our life, and that we are here. And one of the reasons why we've moved is to be close to this place. Then share that with our neighbours. We're called to be salt and light in the world. So every new situation brings new people into your orbit. How can you show what we know about God to those people as you meet them? And I think that's really, really important. So kind of going all the way back to that Bible verse, we've got to trust in God. In every situation, in that new thing, we've got to trust in him and his timeline. Be patient in that new change. If you're looking at that new step, give God time to do the right work. Sometimes we rush it because we're so desperate for change and we take the wrong path. God's got a plan for you, so be confident and trust in God. Delight in the Lord, so really dig into what he's got for you and really focus. Look for those new beginnings, but also those new endings. What is God calling you to leave behind? What do you need to step out of before you can step into that new thing? And finally, be the salt and the light. Meet those new people. Take those opportunities to be authentically you within your faith and share that with the people that you meet. So I hope that's all okay, and that we brought a little bit of new thing to you. And I'm going to pass on to my friend Noah, who's going to be incredible.
Thank you. Okay, here we go. How good was that, everyone? That was amazing, Ben. You guys can take your seats. Let me just get my notes up. I've not got a notepad like Ben. Mine is electronic. So, let me just get the right page. Good morning, everybody. If you don't know me, I am Noah. I thought you might have seen me around church. I'm normally on the front row in a bright yellow t-shirt, waving my hands in the air, jumping up and down like a lunatic, but I love it. But I decided to wear something nice today. I've not worn my yellow. But if you didn't know me from Giants or the youth team, you might just know me as the tallest man in church, which I take very gladly. Pastor Faraz introduced me to someone from the Persian campus, and he went, "That's the tallest man in church." And I went, "Okay, that's how I'm known. That's fine." So it is a pleasure for me to bring this next part of the service to you all this morning. I've really wrote something that's been on my heart, and when Tina asked me, I answered the phone call. She definitely woke me up in the morning because I was not awake. Thanks for that tea. And I said, yes, straight away, because you've got to jump at every opportunity. So I thought I'd start with a story. And it's all about new beginnings, new school, new year. I know it's not technically a new year, but new academic year. But who loves new things? I love getting presents. Just the way I am. I love getting a new, this is really niche, this is just for me, but Lego. I love Lego. And there's nothing better, right? And no one might get this, maybe one or two of you get this. There's nothing better than getting a new set, opening it up, and like when you push in the little pins, nothing better than that. But hold on, it comes back to school. Okay, when I was younger, all those years ago, when I was little tiny, it came on before, but I loved getting new things, like new pencil case, new pens, new ruler, and I can't lie, Mum and Dad, I'm very sorry, because I definitely said I needed new stuff, and I didn't. But I just loved getting that new bag, the new pencil case, and then like months before school even started, I'd have it ready, I'd have it in my bag, I'd be ready, I'd put my backpack on, I'd be, yes, let's go, loving it. And then I get to school, and I get the new book, and I'd be like, oh, this is a new start, I can get that new book, how am I going to write my date this year? It was exciting. I get excited. New books. I love the smell of a new book. Really weird. I won't tell the story. I have a funny story about smelling paint, but I won't get into that one right now. But yeah, ask me about it later. I love the smell of new things. I just love it. New. Ooh. But yeah, I just loved, I don't know if you're like me. I'd go to school, be like, what pencil case have you got? I've got this pen. Mine rubs things out. Does yours rub things out? I can make mistakes, haha. But yeah, it's about starting a new school, back to school Sunday, and I just thought, I've got 2 little points, one for more youth and then more for adults, but just because it's more for youth and kids and adults doesn't mean that the youth can't get something from the adult part and the kids can't get something from the youth part, the adult part. So let me put a verse on. Isaiah 43:18. I think it's 18 to 19, might not go all of it, but forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up, do you not perceive it? Now, everyone's year this year might have looked different, because my year looks different to my sister's, my year looks different to Ian's, because we're all in different seasons and chapters of life. And I don't know everyone's situation in this room. It could have been the best year, you could have got the best grades, or it could have been a rubbish year. And, I don't know. I don't know you. I know a few of you, but I don't know all of you. But this week, for you school goers in this area and across the room, this is a new start. And I have wrote this. I'm not going to sing it because I have a horrible singing voice, but as Troy and Gabriella sing in High School Musical, this could be the start of something new. I won't sing it for you, I promise. But it could be a new friendship. If you're going into new school, you've got new friends, meeting new people. It could be a new hobby, new skill, new anything. And I think it's really important that, as the verse says, don't dwell on the past. If you've had a rubbish year, if you've had a not so good year, if you got a bad grade last time, or, your friendship group kind of has disbanded as you're going into a new school, don't think, like Ben's just said, don't sit in it and go, oh, that house was better, or that friend's better than that friend's funnier than that, don't dwell on that, because God is going to do something new in you. And, do you not pursue it? Don't miss out on it, because if you're so sad over here, sitting in the corner on your own, eating your own lunch, you might miss out on a friend group that's inviting you to go do something, and that's not just for the new kids in the room going to new schools. You could be going into a new job, or I don't know your stories, do you know what I mean? But all of us are stepping into something new this week, this year, could be anything. Do you know what I mean? And if we're so focused on the past, we might miss something out in our future. And again, that's not just for you schoolgoers, that's for everyone. Now, you might be in here, like we've said, you might not be starting a new school year, you might not be starting a new job or a new season, new anything, and tomorrow on this week can just look like an ordinary week. So for me tomorrow, my day looks like every Monday, I'm going to sleep in till about 12 o'clock, wake up, have some lunch, and go to work. And that is my day. Bish, bash, bosh, might play some FIFA. But that's about it. Every Monday, that is pretty much my routine. And that's okay. I love my routine. But, and I'm speaking to the adults now, guys, but again, not just for the adults. This is something that, as I was preparing this is not just something I'm saying this to say it for saying its sake. That's like a tongue twister. But I'm saying this from experience, from my own. This is something that I'm going through. I'm taking this on and I'm preaching to myself this morning, not just to you guys. But every day is a new beginning when we have God. Every morning is a new day to honor him, to worship him, to read the word. And you know, we get to serve him. So I go to work, I work at TK Maxx, and I'm on the tills. And every day I get to serve new people. I mean, I see a lot of the same people. I see a lot of you guys in there. McDonald, I'm sure you come in every time I'm just there just to see me. He stalks me in there. We used to have a thing. But I see so many people every day, new people, same colleagues, new colleagues, every time. Every day is a revolving door, and I get to show God to those people. They don't know Jesus. They might, but a lot of the people that I serve don't know Jesus. They might have had the worst day, the rubbish day, but just me giving them a smile because I know who my God is. It's amazing. So Joshua 1:5 says, "No one will be able to stand against you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will never leave nor forsake you." And I thought I'd give you a bit of context, because context is key, as they would say in school. But Joshua in this passage has just taken over from Moses, and everything was kind of now on Joshua, not Joseph. It was a new season for him, a new chapter. It was a new start in his life. And there's one thing that I just picked out in this passage. And, there's one thing that stayed the same for Joshua, and that was God. Yeah. It's the same God that was with Moses, that was with Joshua, that's with us now. We have that same God, and I take this as I was with Moses, I am now with you. That's not just for Joshua, that's for us as well. As we step out into the Monday or Tuesday, whatever day of the week you want to wake up on, you could sleep through tomorrow, I don't know. We have the same God, that same person, that same power with us. And as tomorrow starts for me, I will wake up and I'll read my Bible, I'll pray, I'll put my worship music on, and I will honor him, because in the every day, we still get fresh breath, fresh awakening, new opportunities to speak to new people, to show God. And I just think that's exciting. That gets me up in the morning. That gets me a bit giddy. And Psalm 118, I don't have it wrote down, but I did ask Al to put it on, so I'm going to read it off the screen. Psalm 118 is, "The Lord has done it this very day. Let us rejoice today and be glad in it." And there's so many songs that we could sing. But, we have a new opportunity every day to serve the same God and to be with God, be one with God, serve him, honor him in everything that we do. Let's rejoice and let's be glad in what God has for us. And that's just really exciting. It gets me excited to wake up tomorrow and just have another Monday. So it doesn't matter whether you're starting year 1, year 7, year 13, uni, or you're just 78 and tomorrow's just a Monday and you're going to have breakfast. God is the same with you guys as he is with me, as he was with Moses, as he was with Joshua. So as you go into this new week and this new season of school, and again, just your everyday, really, we've got that same God with us. So, thank you very much, everyone.